my child? Where's my child? And then she saw her child playing on the top, like a big hill, the breast of Putana. And she went immediately, took her child in her lap, began feeding her own breast milk to him.
Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Rasika Mukutta Mani, Jai Gopikan. Radhe 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 Sham, Radhe Radhe Sham Sham, Radhe Sham Yugal Naam, Mero Hai Jivan. Radhe Sham Yugal Naam, Mero Hai Jivan. Oh Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Rasika Mukutta Mani, Jai Gopikan. Mero ek prana dana eka hi hai jivan. Nanda Nandan Madan Mohan Radhika Raman. Oh Nanda Nandan Madan Mohan Radhika Raman. Oh Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Rasika Mukutta Mani, Jai Gopikan. Rasika Mukutta Mani, Jai Gopikan. Shama hi sumera pyara, Shama hi mero barta, Shama hi somayo ato yamatan man. Shama hi somayo ato yamatan man. Oh Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Rasika Mukutta Mani, Jai Gopikan. Oh Rasika Mukutta Mani, Jai Gopikan. मैं तो हूँ वही साचारी राधे रानी की. मैं तो हूँ वही साचारी राधे रानी की. नित्याधाम वृंदावन महारानी की. ओ नित्याधाम वृंदावन महारानी की. ओ महारानी की, महारानी की, महारानी की. नित्याधाम वृंदावन महारानी की. बोलो जय राधे, जय कृष्ण, जय वृंदावन, रसिका मुकुता मानी, जय गोपिकां. नित्याधाम नित्या सेवा, नित्यापानो आतोया. राखो रुचि सोई जोई ठाकुरानी की. राखो रुचि सोई जोई ठाकुरानी की. ओ जय राधे, जय कृष्ण, जय वृंदावन, रसिका मुकुता मानी, जय गोपिकां. ओ रसिका मुकुता मानी, जय गोपिकां.
Just behind here is the place of the manifestation of Gopal Dev, now known as Srimad Ji. That was manifested by Srimad Puri. Srimad Puri is known as the first sprout of Braja Prem in this world. Therefore he came here for fully bhajan. Sri Madhavendra Puri was so much absorbed in the pastimes of Radha Krishna, he never knew when was day or when was night. Also Madhavendra Puri, he had one vow, he would never ask for anything, not like us. He'd take a vow, anyone gives anything automatically, then he would take, otherwise he would not ask. Therefore just behind here in Govinda Kund, he was doing bhajan. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Ananya Chitta Yukta Mam Ye Janu Parupasate Tesham Nitya Yuktanam Yogekshama Yahamyaham. One who only thinks of me, Krishna says, what he needs, I give him. And what he has, I protect. Therefore Madhavendra Puri was doing bhajan, and Krishna himself came, but in a little disguised form. Krishna is not revealed to everyone, because if Krishna revealed himself to Madhavendra Puri, then how Krishna will get a chance for Vaishnav Seva? Therefore Vaishnav Seva is such a happiness, even Krishna sometimes he tries to disguise himself to perform that Seva. He gave one pot of milk to Madhavendra Puri and asked, Oh Madhavendra, what type of meditation, oh Baba, what type of meditation you're doing? What mantra you chant? I see many Babas move here and there and ask for donations, but you never ask for anything. Therefore Krishna said, this is my seva. In Vrindavan who comes and never asks for anything, I personally give him. Therefore Madhavendra Puri was thinking, that boy is very attractive. Therefore Krishna said, I have to go now and milk the cows, but night time I'll come back for my empty pot. Therefore Madhavendra Puri, he offered that milk and drank it. So then he was waiting when that beautiful boy will come back to collect the pot, but Krishna did not come. Madhavendra Puri was thinking, this whole world, no one can attract my mind, but this boy has attracted my mind. Who is he? And thinking of that boy, he took sleep, he took rest. In the middle of the night, that Gopal came to him in his dream. And Madhavendra asked, who are you? He said, my name is Gopal, I am the Adhikari, I am the Lord of this Vrindavan. I've been hidden out of fear of the Muslims, so if you just go in the jungle, you will dig a little bit and find me. So Madhavendra, he said, I've been waiting for you many days, Madhavendra. So Bhaktivedanta Puri Maharaj said, we are doing Thakurji Seva, and we have no enthusiasm for Thakurji Seva. But when that day comes, when Thakurji will have enthusiasm to take our Seva. Guru Maharaj says, we are serving the Vigraha, and we hear Prakasamurti Tumnihi Shakshat Brajananandan. We hear that the deity is directly Krishna, but Krishna never speaks to us, nor he gives us any instruction. Madhavendra Puri, he was not like us. Therefore when Krishna gave an order to Madhavendra, oh Madhavendra, my body is burning, go to Jagannath Puri and bring some sandalwood, and merely he got up and went. At that time Madhavendra Puri was 85 years old. Imagine if it's very cold in winter, and our Thakurji gives us a dream, oh Baba, I'm very hungry, make me some sweet rice. Then we would think, Baba, then I have to get up, take bath, change my clothes, go. Or maybe it was a bad dream. Krishna knows we don't have that affection for him, therefore in dreams even he never speaks with us. Therefore Madhavendra Puri, in the morning he took the villagers and they dug there and they found a very attractive murti of Gopal, and there on the mountain of Giriraj he installed Gopal too. And every day for 1 year the Brijabasis were held Anukut Mahotsav here. And this is the same place just nearby. Therefore, Madhavendra Puri for 1 year, every day he performed Anukut Mahotsav in remembrance of Gopal. Then, you know the pastime, many things. He went to Jagannath Puri to bring some sandalwood paste for the service of Gopal. On the way, he came to a tree called Kirchor Gopinath. And there is a long pastime. Just behind here is Gaurikund, the place of Chandravali. So just how we should be one pointed to Radhika, that was shown by Sri Raghunath Das Goswami here. Kabhi chana, kabhi mana. Sometimes the Goswamis would take some fried chickpeas, sometimes also nothing. So one day, one Brijvasi bought Raghunath Das Goswami in one big leaf cup, some mata. Mata means you take the butter out and the rubbish that's left is called butter. Therefore Sri Raghunath Das Goswami asked, that big leaf cup, where did you get it from? Then that Baba said, oh, I found there in Gaurikund, the place of Chandravali. Immediately Raghunath Das Goswami became angry. Oh, you came from the party of Chandravali? He took one stick and went to beat the Brajvasi who ran away from there. Therefore all these the glories of Radhika manifested here by Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. So here, in this, when Guru Maharaj was saying last night, when bhakti develops, then bhav turns into prem, prem turns into sneha, then man, pranay, etc. When it reaches the stage of anurag, if I'm not mistaken, that time even great suffering appears as great happiness in the service of Krishna. Radhika said, Nakami apanadu tadavanchi tasuk amara tatpaja. See, Radhika said, I never count my own unhappiness, but that suffering which comes in the service of Krishna, that suffering is my happiness. So an astonishing thing. We are the complete opposite. Any little bit of suffering comes in the service of Gurudev, then we leave it immediately. But Thakur Bhaktivedanta says, don't be afraid of suffering and misery that comes in Guru Seva. Because that suffering which comes in the service of Hari Guru Vaishnava, that suffering is what destroys all your anatas. Srila Gaugamai said, we are looking for a very nice, easy, comfortable situation. AC toilet, moving in the taxi here and there, nice chak-a-chak, eating paneer 5 times a day. Then this is Guru Seva, then I'm doing Guru Seva. But some difficult problem comes, then running. Therefore Radhika is not like that. Even great suffering which comes in the service of Krishna, she thinks this is my wealth. Therefore it's described by the Goswamis that Srimati Radhika was on the top of Govardhan. That time was the middle of summer. How hot! And the stones of Govardhan are sharp like swords or razor blades. But Srimati Radhika, her feet are softer than even lotus. If some lotus touches Srimati Radhika, then the Manjaris feel, oh, maybe Radharani's body will be bruised. That much soft. So Srimati Radhika is standing on the sharp stones of Govardhan in the middle of the baking summer, but she is looking for Krishna's darshan. Her darshan of Krishna is full of seva. Therefore she has the darshan of Krishna's surup, the beauty of Krishna. But our darshan is ananta yukta. We see Gurudev, but we have no darshan of Gurudev's surup. I see Vrindavan, no darshan of Vrindavan surup. Why? Because our darshan is full of bhog. We are trying to enjoy Vrindavan, trying to enjoy Gurudev, trying to enjoy Mahaprasad. Therefore the real nature of these things is not revealed to us because we have no mood of seva. But Srimati Radhika, one name is Sevarani. There on the top of Govardhan, she is looking at Krishna, and such a happiness as she is feeling in Krishna's darshan, she is not experiencing any of the pain of standing on the sharp stones or standing on the rock. Therefore, Jai Jai Sri Radhe.
Of being here on Vrindavan Parikrama under the guidance of Srila Gurudev and our Guru Varga. And especially now we're in the temple of Shri Radha Gokulananda. And there are many deities here, as was previously mentioned, including Shri Radha Vinod and also Shri Giriraj Govardhan Shila. This Govardhan Shila was previously in the possession of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And for 3 years, after being given this gift, Mahaprabhu would worship Govardhan in a mood of bhav, not following the regular principles of Vaidhi Bhakti, but in bhav seva. That is, he would bathe this Giriraj, with his own tears. The altar of his Giriraj would be sometimes his head, sometimes his eyes, sometimes his chest. In fact, Srila Gurudev said he didn't know where to place him. He simply placed him here and there. Mahaprabhu, being Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radhika, worshipped this Govardhan Shila as directly Krishna himself. After 3 years of worshipping him, he gave him to his disciple, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. And although in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes that Srila Raghunath Das Goswami also worshipped this Govardhan Shila as directly Sri Krishna, and the Gunjamala given by Mahaprabhu directly as Srimati Radhika, and sometimes also Raghunath Das would see this Govardhan Shila as Govardhan himself. That is, he felt he was living within the lap of Govardhan. But Srila Gurudev revealed further that he didn't actually see this Govardhan as Krishna, but more importantly to him, he saw Giriraj Govardhan Shila, who you're seeing, that's Palya Dasi of Srimati Radhika. And the reason that he's in the form of a rock, a stone, and stunned is because he's witnessing the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna in his caves and kunjas, which no male can do. O Govardhan, in your caves and kunjas, Shri Radha and Krishna are enjoying their 24-hour-a-day lila, and you're experiencing unlimited pleasure. Please, therefore, give me a place near you or in your lap so that I can also witness these pastimes. As Gurudev explained, if we see Giriraj Govardhan as Krishna, we can make some benefit. But if we see him as a Varya, or the best devotee, and particularly as in Talyadasi mood, as the manifestation of Srimati Radhika's heart, then we can get full benefit from his worship.
So this place we've come to is called Sakri Court. This is included in Galvan Parikram. Gal means very secret. So this place is rarely achieved even for the demigods. Therefore, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, we know that Vishnu has become Giriraj Govardhan, that Shiva has become Nandeshwar Parvat there in Nandagaon, and Brahmaji has become this mountain here. You'll notice this side is Vishnupad, this is where the Vaishnavas sit, and that side is Brahma Parvat, where Brahmaji stays. Brahmaji had special regard for the gopis. Therefore, when Krishna came to Vrindavan, when Brahmaji came to Vrindavan and stole the cowherd boys, that time in 40 verses, Brahmaji prayed for the mercy of Krishna. So, Brahmaji prayed that Puribhagyam janma atavya de gokalapi katramangiri rajobhishekam yastunikilam bhagavan mukundas. Should it be something like that, the last one. Brahmaji prayed, I hope that in my future birth, that Puribhagyam, if that good fortune can come to me, then I can take birth where? Somewhere in Gokul. Brahmaji thinking I'd like to take birth somewhere so I can see the Kishore pastimes of Krishna. But Gokul, where Krishna performed his baby pastimes, even that is enough for me. Therefore Brahmaji prayed because Yastulir Kalam Bhagavan Mukundas, when the Brijbasis who have given their life and soul to Mukunda, when they walk, then there's a chance that Yastu Abhishekam, that their foot dust can come on my head and my life can become successful. Then because Brahmaji has so much regard for the Brijbasis, Aho Bhagyo, Nanda Gopa Brijashiko, Yanmitram, Paramananda, Buddha Brahma Sanatanan. How fortunate are the Brijbasis, because Parabrahma Swayam Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, they consider to be their friend. Therefore Brahmaji had so much regard for the Brijbasis, and amongst the Brijbasis the topmost is Srimati Radhika. Because Brahmaji had so much respect for the gopis that he prayed that the foot dust of the gopis can come on my head. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted this sampradaya. 4 Vaishnava sampradayas are there, but none prayed for the foot dust of the gopis like Lord Brahma. Therefore to establish, to give some special mercy to Lord Brahma, then Swayam Bhagavan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took Diksha in this Brahma Madhva Gaudiya sampradaya. Therefore Brahmaji has become this hill, Brahma Parvat. And on the top of the hill is where Srimati Radhika lives. Therefore the foot dust of the gopis always upon his head. Here are 4 representing the 4 heads of Brahma, Avilaskar, Mangar, Murga, etc. Brahmaji with his 4 heads, always thinking of the pastimes of Krishna and the gopis that took part here. So, this place is called Sakri Court. You'll notice actually it's very, very narrow. Therefore only one can pass by. Therefore every day Srimati Radhika, on the excuse of selling milk products, Gurudev says Radharani is Mahalakshmi. She has no need for selling yogurt and ghee, but this is one bahana, one excuse that Radharani can go and meet with the gopis. And if Krishna is the king of Vrindavan, but Krishna can cow graze, then why Radharani can also not do? Therefore, on the excuse of selling milk products, they get some pastimes with Krishna here. Therefore, every day the gopis would pass through here, it's very narrow. Therefore, the cowherd boys would come here with Krishna and they would steal the yogurt, the milk, the ghee from the gopis and drink. Then gopis became very distressed. Every day Krishna is performing some disturbance here. Therefore, the gopis made a plan. Hidden in the caves and behind the trees, millions and crores of gopis hid. Then some decoy team of gopis came here and Krishna came out to steal their milk products. That time, on one indication from the gopis, all the gopis came out of their caves and caught Krishna and the suckers. Some suckers they bound by their chotis to the trees, and other suckers they gave gulcha. Maharaj was telling me that when Pujapat Trivakar Maharaj and Gurudev were here, then Guru Maharaj used to give a gulcha to Trivakar Maharaj, and one time Trivakar Maharaj's false teeth came out. So all these pastimes here. The Guru Maharaj Trivakar Maharaj used to always take the side of Krishna, and the Guru Maharaj would take the side of gopis. That time Trivakar Maharaj would say, we always hear the gopis abusing Krishna and using very bad language for Krishna, but we never hear even one example of Krishna using bad language for the gopis. Therefore, who has prem? They were here, very nice discussion they used to have. So the gopis came out of their kunjas, they tied some suckers to the tree, some suckers they bound, some suckers they beat. Then they said, this is not our fault, this is the fault of Krishna. Therefore the gopis thought, we'll give a very good lesson to Krishna that whole life he'll not forget. Therefore by force they stripped Krishna of his pitamba and dressed him as one gopi. They put one big pot of yogurt on his head, and from on the top, Lalita Saki taking one stone, she threw and broke that pot, and Krishna had a complete abhishek. Then Guru Maharaj said, the gopi said, you'll do like this again? Krishna promised, Ara nahi baap. I promise I'll never do. Therefore Krishna had to catch his ears and go up and down 3-4 times. So this is 4 times. Therefore this place is very secret. Therefore on the top of this whole hill is Brahmaji. But on the top of Bhashan is one special place where Adi Guru Brahma is performing austerities, and with his mind he is trying to pray for the mercy of Vrishabhanu Nandini. Therefore this place is very, very secret place. Therefore I've heard when Gurudev and the Vaishnavas used to come on Parikram, then the Vaishnavas would roll on this place until the thorns and stones would cut their body, but they would be crying, Radhe, Radhe. Therefore we have come to this place also. Hey Brahmaji, Adi Guru and all the Vaishnavas following in your parampara all have come to this place begging for the foot dust of Srimati Radhika. Therefore we have also come to this place. Jai Jai Sri Radhe.
Love and relationships. The Vedic scriptures describe the name of Krishna as being the topmost name of God. In Sanskrit, Krishna literally means the most attractive one. God's Sanskrit name gives us an insight into his personality. Even though Krishna is the cause of everything and the supreme ultimate truth, he relishes astonishingly affectionate and intimate relationships with an enormous number of family members and friends in his eternal spiritual realm, especially in Vrindavan, the most beautiful and charming of all his abodes. These eternal friends and relatives are with him when he performs various loving activities, so wonderful and amazing they simply stun the heart and mind. These pastimes have been elaborately described by great and saintly personalities who, in their meditations, have witnessed exquisite exchanges of loving affection between Krishna and those very close to him. Our eternal home is in the spiritual world with Krishna. There we experience the highest bliss and the most powerful and ecstatic sense of self in our eternal relationship with him. Those who aspire to impersonal liberation ultimately aspire to be Krishna himself. That is never possible. Just as one can never be me and I can never be you. We can never be God, who creates unlimited universes, etc. The bliss of impersonal liberation is self-centered and without any personal exchanges, and is therefore limited. However, when we enter into a loving relationship with Krishna in a sincere mood of rendering service to him, the bliss we experience is boundless. The goal of all our practices is to reawaken our dormant consciousness, that is, to realize our true nature as Krishna's loving, eternal servant. By reading about him and hearing about him from others, especially those who are knowledgeable about his glorious qualities, we will constantly be inspired to come closer and closer to him. Then, when we leave this body at the time of death, we can be with him forever.
Pastor said that if one offends your guru, then you should cut out his tongue. What if the other devotee is a Vaishnava? Then how should you...
Vaishnava cannot offend anyone. They are real Vaishnava. But in the form of Vaishnava, upar se,
From above? From outside,
outwardly, there seems to be Vaishnava. But those who are criticizing, really they are not. Or those who are criticizing Guru,
Even doubting Gurudev, even somebody is
they are
doubting
not Vaishnava.
Gurudev.
Stop. Not cutting tongue. Otherwise you will go to jail.
Padabjabhati sadikam tadangaraga pinjara prabhati punjamanjulam swarochi shati shobhitam kritanjanadi ganjanam bhaje kalinda Brajendra Suno Radhika Hriday Prabhuya Madhayo Maharasati Purayo Rivatiti Bravegata Bahi Samu Chalan Bhaje Kalindanandinim Durantamoha Panjinim Vichitraratna Buddha Sattata Dvaya Shri Yojwalam Vichitrahansa Sarasadya Nanda Pakshi Sankolam Vichitramina Mikalankrita Didina Palitam Bhaje Kalindanandinim Durantamoha Panjinim Vahantikam Shriyam Hare Muda Kripasva Rupirim Vishuddha Bhakti Mujwalam Parirasatmikam Vidu Sudhashrutim Tvilokikim Parishavana Rupinim Bhaje Kalindanandinim Durantamoha Panjinim Surendra Vrinda Vanditam Rasadadisti Tevane Sadopalabdha Madhava Putaika Sadra Sonmadam Athaiva Vihulamivo Chalataram.
Seva Kunj altar. They're world famous now. Our Srila Gurudev installed these paintings here. They are actually worshipable deities, and every day, because this temple is located in Seva Kunj itself, every day Radha and Krishna, along with the manjaris, they are served here by the pujari, and very beautiful offerings are made to them daily, throughout the day. So these paintings were painted directly under the guidance of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj by Srimati Shyamrani, and she is a very expert artist, as you can see in these paintings. So every morning after Mangal Arti, the devotees come up here and they meditate upon the very wonderful Nishanta Leela pastimes of Radha and Krishna as they are waking up from the Nikunja. And this painting is actually depicting the mood of Krishna, which is written about by Sri Jayadev Goswami in his great, wonderful poetical work describing Radha and Krishna's pastimes, titled Gita Govinda. So there, in Gita Govinda, Jayadev Goswami has written that Sri Krishna became so smitten by his mood of separation from Srimati Radharani when she was in the mood of man, jealous anger. So he, in order to appease her, he came before her and in a very pleading way, he prayed to her lotus feet, Smaragala Kandanam, Mama Shirashi Mandanam, Dehi Padapallavam Udaram. And here Krishna was praying that now I am completely burning, my heart is burning by Smara, Cupid, and I am so much feeling separation, pangs of separation from you. So therefore, I am begging that you be very merciful to me and you decorate my head with the dust of your lotus feet. So this mood of Seva Kunj is here, and it is actually the mood of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, our Rupanuga Acharyas, that they want to see that Krishna is completely controlled by the love of Srimati Radharani. And in this way, she becomes Svadhin Bhaktrika, which means that she completely overpowers and controls Krishna fully, 100%. So all of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas in the Rupanuga Sampradaya, they want to see always that Krishna is controlled by Srimati Radhika. Here we have, in the center altar, we have Radha and Krishna themselves in this very scene that I just described. And you can see that both Radha and Krishna have tears in their eyes. Very, very sweet exchange of love. The pastimes of Radha and Krishna are completely divine and transcendental. They have no comparison with the ordinary mundane lust of the material world or the ordinary affairs of young boys and young girls. They resemble that because actually these are the original, pure, transcendental, loving ecstasies of the spiritual realm, where the Supreme Lord Himself is now in the guise of a young, beautiful cowherd boy. And he is enjoying in the highest way the loving rasa exchanges of ecstasy with his very own Swarup Shakti, Srimati Radhika, who is the highest personification of love, Mahabhav Swarupini. She is the abode of all prema. So only Krishna can enjoy fully through the love of Srimati Radhika. And Srimati Radhika expands herself into unlimited forms and unlimited gopis to give all varieties of loving exchanges to Sri Krishna. Therefore, in her Nikunja pastimes, in the beautiful forest groves, she has so many assistants and maidservants and sakis who help her, making very beautiful, tasteful arrangements. Therefore, you can see on either side of Radha and Krishna, we have the manjaris, who are serving in various ways, like presenting tambula, fruits, and waving chamra, and also very beautiful decorations that they've done for the Nikunja with beautiful flowering garlands and vines. So by coming here, this is like udipan. Udipan means stimulus for ecstatic love. Those Vaishnavas who have attained the stage of rati or bhav, in that stage, the divine transcendental energy from the spiritual realm is shining within their hearts. And when they come here and they see such an altar, then the pastimes of Radha and Krishna manifest directly within their hearts. So such pure devotees are always envisioning these pastimes in the core of their hearts and relishing and tasting these exchanges, and they themselves in their internal spiritual forms are actually taking part in these eternal pastimes 24 hours daily. And externally, as spiritual master, as acharya, these personalities guide their disciples in their daily activities of sadhana bhajan, so that gradually they can come to appreciate these transcendental pastimes and understand them. So therefore, in the line of Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami and the 6 Goswamis, we try to follow their instructions in our lives so that one day we may be so fortunate that the loving pastimes of Radha and Krishna will become understood by us, and we will develop great eagerness to enter into these pastimes.
How to meditate. In this present age, we are most fortunate that the process prescribed to attain that blissful relationship with God through self-realization is simply to chant God's holy names. Even Jesus Christ begins his most prominent prayer by glorifying God's name. Hallowed be thy name. Krishna has implanted all power and energy within his names, along with the opportunity to enjoy the most fulfilling relationship with him. This process of chanting is transcendental, and as our faith in it grows, the power of the holy names will gradually illuminate our consciousness. Chanting the most powerful names of God, we begin the process of linking ourselves forever with God or Krishna. This great chant of deliverance is called the Maha Mantra, or the Great Mantra, and it is described as follows: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
If we practice chanting this mantra, we will definitely experience a higher state of consciousness. Careful, meditative chanting is recommended. Although chanting at any time, anywhere, and in any condition brings assured, increased bliss. Chanting transports us into an ocean of love, especially when combined with guidance from scripture and wisdom from those whose loving relationship with Krishna is already developed. There are many names of God, such as Jehovah, Allah, Buddha, Yahweh, Rama, and Krishna. Of all these holy names, the Vedic scriptures describe Krishna and Rama as the best and most auspicious names to chant for the greatest results and benefit.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai Gaur Premanande